This episode is sponsored by Moonlight Liquor, located 265 North Moonlight Road, Gardner, Kansas. Open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Moonlight Liquor is the biggest around with a square footage of 10,000 feet. They carry 48 cooler doors full of domestic and imported beer, a huge craft selection, including local breweries, also accessible through the walk-in cooler. They carry a wide selection of domestic and imported wines, including local wineries and an organic and sustainable wine selection. And of course, a massive selection of spirits in the course.
And for you cigar fans, like myself, Moonlight Liquor has a walk-in humidor that carries a nice variety of over 30 cigar brands. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Modcast. I like that whistling part.
I don't like yours. I don't know why you insist on putting it in. It's not a good sound effect because it sounds crappy, dude.
What do you mean it sounds crappy?
It sounds like they're clapping outside on a windy day. There's like...
Okay, well, what about this one? That's that golf clap.
That's a golf clap.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, a golf clap on TV. You can hear the static.
No, you can hear the static in that?
Yeah, you can hear the static in that.
You know what? That was like a stand-up.
No, that was like a good times laughter soundtrack
From back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I broke my ankle, son.
Oh my God.
Dude, so I just put in a new floor at home, and I get home and I trip, and we're just not used to this new floor. My ankle's fucking killing me right now.
It's called being old.
Yes,
Yeah, I know.
And I don't know if it's because of the cold, but I'm like, ching.
No, it ain't the cold. It's the age.
It's the age. It's just fucking hurting right now, man. Yeah.
It was the last step too. Like you just missed the last step.
You ever walk down steps and then you don't pay attention and then you miss that last step and it's just a deep drop.
Oh yeah.
You know that deep drop you get and you're like,
but bro, I've yawned and hurt myself nowadays. So like, you know how it is. You get older, you cough and you pull
something
a rib muscle.
or a nut, something.
Right?
You know,
Yeah, yeah, or that too.
Yeah. Anyway, let me introduce our guest. This guy here I've known for a very long time. Known his family. I'm glad you're with us today, man. You know, it's been a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Fernando Esquivel. Esquivel? How is
Esquivel.
Esquivel. Fernando Esquivel, yeah. I even practiced that. I even wrote it down. I practiced
it up. First shot.
Yeah, I apologize for that. But yeah, my last episode, I butchered another.
Everybody does. Everybody butchers
Esquivel.
Esquivar.
And there's no R in there.
No R.
They just yeah.
But yeah.
But no, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Glad to be here. We talked at your Uncle Conde's party, and I told you, hey, man, I'm getting a podcast going. I want you to be a guest, and I know you're a busy guy. I think last time, yeah. And then I think I asked you if you could come on, and you said you're busy, and I get it. Yeah. I get it. So that's why I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, man. No, I was kind of waiting for it to slow down with business, and I'm glad you reached back out because I have wanted to do it. I've been watching it on Facebook. You had my cousin out here first, which I was a little upset about, but it's all right. You can have the primo out here.
Yeah, but of course, Juan and I, we go way back too.
Oh, I know. I know.
About 12.
That's your road dog back in the day.
Yeah.
I heard you guys are the kings of Argentine back in the day.
Yeah, that guy used to run the streets. We had to be careful with him.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Got stories on Juan Olivas.
Oh yeah. You have a good holiday. How everything?
Good holiday. Yeah. It was last week was my birthday too.
Yeah.
So November 18th was my birthday. Went to Vegas.
Mm-hmm. And let me ask you real quick: did you find that church coat? I mean that fur coat? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Somebody
knew
came through
the day of.
No way.
Oh yeah. Because I know people, and I know somebody would come through.
Right.
I drove to his house out, and it was like a 30-minute drive, but well worth it. I rocked that thing at the concert. And it was an outdoor concert, so it was cold.
Okay.
It was perfect. I got compliments on it all night.
So wait, you wanted a fur coat for your birthday, or
No,
he wanted to wear it.
I wanted to wear it.
You have to explain.
Yeah, like
explain
at
to
these
us
concerts,
why the fur coat.
Just so it's an outdoor concert, and in Vegas it was like 40 degrees at night. So
Damn.
I was like, okay, I could wear a normal jacket and be boring, or I can, put some style to it, give it a little flair.
Fur coat and pimping.
Yeah, oh yeah. And at these concerts, like that's the cool thing. You can wear whatever you want. It's kind of like a rave concert, like a EDM concert.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
It was EDM?
lasers and big screen with the visuals and all that. And so like it's such a non-judgmental environment. Like you can wear whatever you want and nobody will look at you funny.
Yeah.
So I was like,
fur
coat.
Might as well do it up.
Yeah.
And who'd you go out there with?
So went out there with wife.
Okay.
And then that's it. Just
you and the wife.
Went to the concert.
Go out there, kick it. What did she wear? Did she have the fur coat?
Fur coat too.
Yeah, kind of a also fur coat light up jacket.
Okay.
Yeah, I also had a light up Santa sweater that because it's a 2-day concert, so it was
Damn.
back to back. So wore a light up sweater. Santa said "jolly as fuck" on it, and it blinked. Yeah. So funny story. I was walking through the casino afterwards, back at the hotel. Right. Walking through the casino, everybody walking by, like, "Oh, I love your sweater. Love your sweater. Oh man, that sweater's cool." Like everybody walking by, because I'm literally walking and it's just lighting up.
I mean, do you have a strut going on at the same time?
I had that little pimp walk,
right.
A little swag to it. And this guy stops me, and he was like, stops right in front of me. He's like, "Where'd you get sweater?" Like that. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh man, I got it in Kansas City at this store called Spencer's."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Where is Spencer?" And I was like, "Kansas City." And he was like, "I must have sweater." And I was like, "Spencer's." And he was like, "No. How much for sweater?"
I thought that's where this was going.
Yeah.
It sounds like that classic rich. I'm guessing
yes.
Russian
so my
Armenian.
accents are horrible, but that was like a Middle Eastern dude. I don't know. I don't know where he was from, but that's what it sounded like to me. It would have passed for Russian though.
So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because you sound like Yakov Smirnoff.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like that. You're right.
Where is sweater?
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then he's like, "How much?" I said, "Well, I bought it for $70. I go, 200. It's yours."
It's $5 million.
Unzipped he had like a little fanny pack.
Yeah.
Unzipped it. He got 2 chips out, $200 chips. Boom. He's like, "I want sweater."
Okay.
So I take off the sweater.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And luckily I had a nut, because, it was cold. So I was layering up. What?
So in the back of your mind, did you think something like this might happen?
No, never. Like, I literally, like, I'm in the middle of the casino. I was shirtless.
That's shirtless in
the
a fur
middle
coat
of the Cosmopolitan Hotel with no shirt on at I think it was like 2 a.m. at this point.
That seems pretty normal.
For Vegas? For Vegas?
Yeah.
Probably a little conservative. I should have taken my pants off. But so yeah, it was a good time, man. Great time. And then flew straight from there to North Carolina, where my sister lives. You remember Vanessa?
Yeah.
So she lives in North Carolina with her husband. They just had a baby.
Oh, okay. Congrats,
little
Uncle.
Sophia.
Nice.
Yeah, she's so cute. So flew out there and spent the holidays with them.
Okay.
Yep. So we kicked it there. So I literally went from Vegas to North Carolina, and yeah.
That's cool, man.
I golfed a lot out there though.
Did you?
Yeah. I've been getting into golf,
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Vegas?
Of course.
Those are nice.
I've golfed in Vegas.
Those are nice courses out there.
Golfed in Vegas. That was a good time. So anyways.
When did you start golfing?
Honestly, this is my second full year.
Okay.
So, I play baseball.
I was gonna ask you about that, whether or not the swing was a little off in the beginning.
Way off.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody thinks that because you play baseball, that golf's gonna be like you're gonna be good
the
at
next
golf.
sport.
One swing will actually ruin the other.
the opposite,
you literally have to have somebody throw you the ball to hit it, right?
Toss you the golf ball.
That's easier. I can literally hit a moving golf ball with the club. I mean,
while it's sitting on the tee,
then hitting it like a normal, like you're supposed to. Yeah, but if you're a baseball player, golf's going to be. It's going to take you a while to get rid of your baseball swing.
Yeah,
and so that was my toughest thing at first, but I love it now.
You know, because people have asked me, "Hey, do you golf?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." Dude, it's perfect for you. You're a baseball player. You're a softball player. Dude, I couldn't even hit the fucking. I couldn't hit the fucking ball in softball or baseball. So how am I going to hit a golf ball?
it was twice as big.
It is
true.
Yeah,
true. And it's moving. It's faster. Everybody thinks everybody's always says, baseball, hitting a baseball is the toughest thing to do.
Yeah,
it's tough. I agree, but playing good, consistent golf is hard. Like these professionals people don't realize like how good you have to be to do what they do. So no, it's hard, but it's fun.
Yeah,
super fun.
That's cool, man. No, that's good that you're doing it because Marco's here. He's been golfing. Okay, him and his buddies. Yeah, they go out golfing. I tried it one time with 3 other guys. I had a good time.
Yeah.
But my game was horrible. One, I wasn't told if you can't see, bring your glasses so you can see where the fuck you hit the ball. Because I lost every ball, dude.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where I was like, guys, help me out, man. I don't know where that ball went. And I think they got tired of that, And then long story short,
in the woods more than you end up golfing.
Long story short, we finished the game, and the next day, I heard the 3 of them went back out to play again. I didn't get that phone call.
You didn't get the invite.
I didn't get the invite, so I was like, you
were slowing down
big time. Yeah. But I had a good time just sitting there, hitting the ball, and but I'd lose it. I couldn't hit. I mean, I just went out there just to try it.
I've lost. I mean, played 2 days ago. I probably lost 5 balls. And I'm okay now.
Yeah.
I'm decent.
You have your own set of clubs.
Own clubs, everything. The glove.
I mean,
the great thing
case of balls.
Oh yeah, case of balls. We don't even drink while we golf now. Like
because it's serious.
We're trying to keep a good score. So the thing I love about it is my cousins play, Juan and Carlos, and so we probably play. I mean, in the spring and summer, we'll play 2 to 3 times a week. Honestly, sometimes 5, and it's just. We get to spend that time together.
Yeah, no, that's
good. It's good family time,
right?
I mean, I don't like them,
right?
but I like golf, so
So they're part of it.
Yeah.
It comes with it. It's a package deal.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's so the Vegas trip went good.
Man, it was
good blast.
Yep.
Again, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd seen that. I saw that post and I was like, this guy wants a fur coat to take on a trip. I wasn't sure where you were going. But I saw that and I was like, "That's cool."
I wish we could.
And then did you wear the captain hat?
I forgot the captain hat, man. I know I was so mad. That would have been the cherry on top. Yeah, but I forgot.
You probably could have made $20 off of that.
True. That was one of my photo booth props.
Oh, okay.
That's where I found. So when I put his the fur coat on when I went to pick it up, when the guy, my friend, let me borrow it. Kyle, shout out Kyle. I put it on. He took a picture. And I was like, oh, wait, I got my prop bin in the SUV. So I grabbed the hat, put it on. It was perfect. Good. Yeah. So it worked out.
Yeah. I think we might have one of those captain hats.
Yeah, we have a captain hat. We have a couple versions, like a plastic one and then like a more
time.
All the Halloween parties. And
are you talking about like a tricorn hat or a bicorn?
No, man, we're talking.
What's he talking about? What the hell is that?
What kind of hat are you talking about?
A captain hat,
not a pirate captain, Chris, like a captain of a cruise.
Is that why you keep him outside the studio? Yeah.
Okay. Not a pirate, like a Captain Cruise hat. Just a simple white
one.
Yes,
it's kind of like the one that your cousin Jose likes to wear here and there.
Yeah,
I've never seen Jose wear that.
He wears it a lot.
It's like a ship cap, like a boat captain.
Yeah,
hat.
not.
You know who the skipper is from Gilligan's Island?
No, he's not going
to. He has no idea what Gilligan's Island.
Barely.
You have to look that up.
Yes, I've seen a few episodes.
Like his.
Yeah, anyway. You're thinking of a pirate captain hat. No.
What's more iconic? Do you think of modern day sailors or do you think of pirates when you hear captain?
Normal, Chris. No one unless
I see Derek Jeter.
Fair argument.
I don't. What? When you think
Derek Jeter was the captain.
So you think Derek Jeter as captain?
I think of Star Trek.
Captain Kirk.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
I think of Captain America.
Ooh, that's Cap.
El Capitan.
Or Captain Kirk. I could see Star Trek in there. Yeah. Captain Kirk.
Or Captain Falcon.
Who's that?
Captain Falcon.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep it going.
See, yeah,
that's from a video game.
Yeah. Just
good try, Chris. Good try. Not in there though.
Anyway,
Wait, I'm kind of confused. Hold on. What's up with all the props? Why do you have a bunch of props?
Well, we're gonna get to that.
I like we gotta let the story build. All right.
Pops lead into that.
Okay.
Yeah. Real quick. How far are you from the studio? Because you beat us here.
10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if
Okay,
that.
so you're right out here in
435 and 87, Lenexa area.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
L Town.
right
Yeah, because we so we're in Shawnee. We're driving, and then traffic's like red lights everywhere, and I was like, am I gonna have to text Fernando real quick?
Yeah,
let him
no,
know?
it's all good.
No, but
We run
sorry
on
about
Mexican
that.
time, I
Right?
figured.
Yeah. So have you ever done a podcast or anything like this before?
One podcast.
Oh, really?
It was probably like 3 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
DJ buddy of mine, he was doing he started doing podcasts, interviewing DJs.
Okay.
And so, went over there, had a few drinks. And
Yeah. Did he do it out of his house? Okay.
Yep.
That's
Just had like a bedroom that he made. I mean, it was cool. you know. Not as nice as this, but
Yeah. That's what.
sorry, Max. No, it was nice. It was really nice.
That's the way these guys started off. They started in.
Started in a basement, then
Yep.
moved to a garage, and then we finally got studio.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yeah, March progression here.
We've done that. Yeah.
Have you considered it? Have you want to start a podcast? Have you thought about it? Starting?
Yes. So I do. I'm a DJ.
You're right.
Most stuff I do is weddings, and I've actually thought about partnering up with one of my DJs and just talking about, wedding stuff you can talk about forever.
Yeah.
Something that has to do with weddings. It doesn't even have to be just DJing, just interviewing, florists, photographers, other
The industry,
DJs,
exactly.
The industry. Yeah. And making it fun, do's and don'ts if you're another wedding vendor or if you're a couple, things to do, not do, and just make it fun and funny. But it's time consuming.
It is.
Yeah. So this is something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I was more into the listening to radio shows, and I always thought it was cool. And they sit there and bullshit and XM radio, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, I would love to do that. Just sit down, talk with friends.
We're gonna be bigger than Joe Rogan before you know it.
Oh,
so
man, that's the goal,
right?
That's the goal. But Joe Rogan's a shit though.
Yeah,
man.
I've listened to his podcast.
He's good.
I was glad you asked me. I like doing stuff like this, just talking. It's fun. Honestly, I don't even know what we were going to talk about, which I like. I just wing it, freestyle.
Yeah.
So usually there's like a set plan that my dad has, but a lot of times it goes into you get into the conversation. If it goes somewhere for a tangent, let it go.
Yeah,
If it's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, we've known each other for a long time. How would you say we met?
I mean, I was a kid. I was I'm 46.
Okay. So and I just turned 52.
Yeah. I mean, I was probably, we moved to Argentina. I mean, we moved from the west side to Argentina. I think I was 10.
Okay.
Maybe, right?
Where I'm drawing a blank. Where in Argentina did you live?
Right off Ruby. Juan's old house?
Yeah, 15th Street.
Yep, up the hill, right there. So that was the second time we moved to Argentina. The first time we lived in, you remember Rocky?
Yes.
Rocky and his brother Brian
Mesa.
and his dad Rogaciano.
Oh, I never knew his dad's name, but
we lived in their basement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you live right?
They
so
rented out their basement. I mean, it wasn't nice. It wasn't,
It was a roof.
It was a roof.
Yeah.
So we lived there first, and then probably for like three years or so.
Okay.
Then we moved. My mom got a job as a housekeeper in Mission at an apartment complex. So we got to live there for half the price. So we moved from the basement to this, like, to me, was a really nice apartment complex. And so then that's how I got into like going to Shawnee Mission schools too.
Okay.
Which then I stayed there even though we moved back to Argentina.
Okay. But you went to the Shawnee Mission.
Yep.
schools.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you graduate from?
Shawnee Mission North.
Okay.
And I didn't really graduate.
Okay.
I ended up getting my good enough diploma.
Oh, I thought you could say you got got kicked out.
Well, I did get kicked out. I got expelled from Harmon. That's hard to do.
I was about to say.
That's hard to do. And I got expelled from Harmon. I got expelled from Shawnee Mission North. I got suspended from Argentina many times. I spent, it wasn't good. But thankfully I figured it out like right after high school, something just clicked.
Yeah.
And so But yeah, that's another reason I ended up in Shawnee Mission Schools, because it was like, well, I think my time is up. I've overstayed my welcome at Harmon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That is really tough to do. I mean, half the people are skipping classes and shooting basketballs.
Yep. That's what I did. I was just skipping every day and like getting sent to the office for just dumb stuff, dumb shit. I was a class clown, so getting sent to the office, skipping. The principal finally was like, well, you don't want to be here, and when you're here, you're just disrupting the class, which again at Harmon, like that's tough to do. And he was like, so you can just get your stuff and go like for good for the rest of the year. Yeah. So
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah. And they did that to me at North too. Yeah.
That's all right.
Just lack of discipline, man. I mean, my mother worked 2 jobs. I didn't have a dad. Helping raise my sister, was just us two, like zero, accountability for what I did. And so I just keep doing it, Now my kids my kids get a B, and I'm like, on them.
Right.
So, yeah, but like I said, I figured it out, and thankfully changed some shit around, like right after high school.
You have good memories there with the Olivas family?
Oh yeah,
15th Street.
Oh yeah, yeah. I in Argentine in general,
So do you remember where I lived?
Yeah, right down the hill, right across the street from Danny, because your cousin Danny Garcia was a really good friend of mine.
Okay,
like, we hung out every day. Went to Franklin, played basketball, played baseball. That's where I learned, hopefully we can talk a little bit about baseball and all that.
Definitely we will.
But that was huge, like playing with the tennis ball.
Remember that? Yeah.
In the corner, watching who's your cousin, the lefty?
Albert,
rock home runs over the building, and as a kid you're like, damn, and then over the house, if you're he was a lefty, so he was hitting them over the building.
So, and then my other cousin Robert, I don't know if you remember, Robert and Steve.
Yes, Steve.
So Robert was known for and it was crazy. And we talk about it in one of the podcasts, but we're freaking playing, and he hits one, and we just watching this some bitch goes over the school, over Franklin.
Wow. Yeah.
Later on that day, he goes home. He lived right behind Franklin. It was in his backyard.
Found it.
It was sitting in his backyard.
and growing up, like obviously loving baseball, but my love for baseball started when we lived in the projects in the West Side. Because we had a baseball field right across the street.
Really?
So that's where I spent my time, thankfully. I started playing with older guys, and they bullied me. But I mean, it was rough, but playing with older guys made me better. So, but that's where my love started. And then in Argentine, we played at Franklin, we played at Churchill. I don't think you guys ever really played at Churchill. Remember Churchill? It was over there by, so if you're going towards Argentine Middle School, let's say from your house, not at the street at the bottom, but on
Ruby.
On Ruby. There's a church right there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And it had that little hill.
Yes.
Really?
We would stand down there and play. And basically it was home run derby.
Yeah.
And so that's a main street. So it would be like, all right, it's clear. And then he'd pitch the ball, they pitch and you hit a home run or not. Yeah. And then it'd be like, it was like Sandlot, like game off. Cars are coming. And then it was like, all right, game on.
Game on.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was good place to, I look at it now with my kids and I'm like, man, I don't know if my kids would survive Argentine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I loved growing up there. Always something to do.
You ever take them back through there? You ever just drive through and say, see that see that church, see that hill?
You know what they do? They like roll their eyes, like whatever. Like they don't understand. Like it was a struggle,
Yeah.
They don't get it.
See, and then that's what I do with these kids. I mean, to this day, I drive up and down my old street.
Yeah.
Just to check out the house.
They're being older. I think they'll get it now. Like I took my daughter Mia. She's 21.
Yeah.
Love you, honey. But she goes to KU. And I took her around there when she was like 13, 14, and it was that age where it's like, whatever, Dad. Can we go home? Like this. Okay, cool. You were poor. Like. So
whoop-de-doo, you had your life was hard.
Right. I'm like, you're missing the point here,
Okay, Dad, we get it. You didn't have money. Okay,
right.
So what, man?
Yeah. So but
Yeah. So, and then there's actually times that if I'm in the hood and I'm just driving by, shit, I'll drive up 15th Street where Juan lived.
Yeah.
I'll drive up that hill and I'll make a left. And I always look and I'm like, yeah, we used to do this. We used to play soccer right there on that little grass, yard that they had there,
Yep,
you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget that, playing soccer right there, and Conde grabs me and says, "Hey, do you play soccer?" And I'm like, "No, Conde, I'm a baseball player. You need to play soccer."
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you think so? He goes, "Yeah, you're thick like a goalie." Yeah, you got.
He's calling you fat, basically.
Yeah, pretty much is what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wanted to be. Yeah, I guess he needed a goalie, and maybe he was coaching at that time. I'm like, oh.
Hey, fat boy, you want to be a goalie?
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's funny.
Yeah, those are good times.
Yeah,
that's
my
with
deal.
with the Olivas. I'll treasure those.
Oh, for
memories,
sure. Yeah. You guys were older than me, so I didn't really hang out with you guys much. Plus, at the time, I lived in the West Side. So we came over a lot. That's how I knew you.
Yeah.
And Hoser down the street, and all, like everybody you guys that I hung out with. But that's just how I knew you guys, is just seeing you hanging out with Juan and them. But yeah, it was a good time. But you guys were older than me, like I said. So I didn't really.
So how close are you at age with Carlos?
I think he's a year older than me.
Say he is a year.
Maybe 2.
So did you get to go to school with him as well?
No, because he went to I think he went to Turner High School
at that time. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then by then I was going to either Harmon or Shawnee Mission North. I can't remember. Okay. I can't remember which one I was getting kicked out of at the time.
So where were you born and raised?
Born in KC, KCMO,
okay.
St. Luke's Hospital.
Sweet.
And then
Marcos was
same. Okay, hey, what's up? And then when I was 6 months old, my mom took me to Torreon in Mexico.
Okay.
And so I actually spoke Spanish first. I'm fluent in Spanish, and I learned how to speak Spanish because I lived with my grandparents in Mexico until I was 8.
Wow.
7 or 8.
So Spanish first language.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know how to say pendejo, cabrón, baboso, idiota, all those nice words. Yeah, all the nice words that my mom used to yell at me.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are the ones. You couldn't figure out which one your name was, right?
Oh, yeah, right. So they raised me there, and I used to go every summer for 3 months. So my best friends were in Mexico, too. Okay. I spent some pretty amazing, memorable times in Mexico. And we lived put it this way, I've never lived in Brooklyn, but Brooklyn seems like a nice place compared to like where in the neighborhood my grandmother lived. But if you were
ghettos,
yeah, but if you were from there, you were protected by the neighborhood. They didn't really mess with you. But if you're not from there, like I went there 2 years ago. And I hadn't been probably in 4 years or so, and when I walk in there, and my grandmother had passed by then. So that's why, once she passed, my grandfather moved to Aguascalientes, and I hadn't been there for a while. And so walking in the neighborhood, like you get looks like, who are you? Like, why are you around here? Especially I got my phone out, I'm like recording things, and just kind of like,
reminiscing a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, someone came up to me like, hey, why are you recording?
Really?
I'm like, bro, I'm Fernando. Like, this, remember my grandma? And they'll be like, oh, Fernando, ¿qué onda, güey? What's up, bro? Like, oh, sorry, bro, I didn't recognize you. Just, be careful with just recording or, shit like that.
Wow.
But those were good times. I mean, as a kid, you're not aware that dudes are getting stabbed in the alley right by your grandma's house. She knew, because that's why she was always like, hey, don't go far from right here.
Don't be out too late.
Yes.
Don't go too far.
Yep. But I loved it because
the locks and bars on the windows and doors.
All the windows had bars.
Yeah, now you know.
Oh yeah. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
But all my friends were,
and some of them were still there.
Yeah. A few, like honestly, 1 or 2 in the neighborhood. I'll be like probably 4 of my friends by the time I was like, 20, killed.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep. I'm good friends. You know, I'd go back and like, hey, have you seen such and such? My grandma would be like, he's gone. You know, to what she'd tell me whatever happened, and it's just how it is in that neighborhood and the shit that they were involved in. You know, because it was rough, but but most of my other friends, then they eventually moved out. You know, got jobs, and
so I was wondering maybe you keep up with them on Facebook or
not really much, man, because they're just gone.
Yeah,
you know, and the thing is, in Mexico, you know them by most of my best friends, I never knew their first and last name. It was like Moco,
their nicknames,
El Gordo, El Flaco, El Negro, you know, like you know, El Pato Loco, like
El Greñudo.
El Greñudo, right.
El Nalgón.
I'm dead serious. Like,
you're just naming off
dead ass serious
cards.
Yeah, we just went to La Loteria.
Bro,
card.
I was
El
El
Borracho.
Borracho. No,
That was your card.
seriously. Somebody's dad. No, that was already belonging
I know,
to, like,
right?
one of
I think
friend's
my dad had it there, and it somehow got passed out to me. And
it was like, you know, hey, I vi al viejo cucuy. And I'm like, I never known that guy's name, even though I seen him for 15 years.
Yeah.
You know? So, but yeah.
I kind of like that though.
I mean, it's cool. I guess you can remain anonymous somewhat, you know. There were a few, like when I say a few, I mean like maybe 3 that I'm Facebook friends now that are from that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yep. So
You get a message of Crisco. Who the hell is this?
Right, yeah,
and
yeah.
then they say, oh, it's whatever nickname. Like,
okay, El Cucuy, you know. But yeah, no, I had some good experiences, man. You know, I mean, how many people can say they were born in KCMO, raised in Mexico, then lived in the projects in the West Side, then Argentina, then Mission, Kansas.
Right.
You know, like I've been exposed to a lot.
exposed and expelled a lot.
Exposed and that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Expel. Going back to the schools, so did you bounce around a lot from like elementary schools and then middle schools?
You know, not really a lot.
So,
I mean,
where elementary school did you go? Is this in Missouri?
Switzer Elementary in the West Side. It's closed now. As a matter of fact, it's like, you know, how they do,
still there.
You know the gentrification stuff that's going on in the West Side?
Will they make it into an art building or something?
No, they made it into condos.
Oh,
I mean, it's
I think I've heard of that.
My
actually.
elementary school. Like I go back and I mean, you know,
where's that on? Is it on Summit or
it's on? It's on Switzer. You know when you're on the highway. There's that's Switzer exit? No, West Penway.
Oh, okay.
So you get off on West Penway, take a left.
Take a left.
And then it's kind of on the right. You know where the Tony Aguirre Center?
Yes.
So it's like across the street. The biggest building there.
Yeah, so I know exactly what you're
saying. So that's where I went to middle school. I also went to Argentine Middle School. Elementary. Then I went to Westport Middle School, then Argentine Middle School, then Harmon, then Shawnee Mission North, back to Harmon, then finishing out at Shawnee Mission North. Okay. Basically, it was like nobody wanted me who was gonna like. They were just like juggling me back and forth, you know. But
each time you came back to the school, hey, I was wondering what happened to you.
Y'all want me to
welcome back?
Yeah, right. But no, I mean, I say all that, but I had some good years at not necessarily at Harmon because I just wasn't there long enough. Sure. But at North, you know, I had all my friends were at North. That's where I played baseball, football.
So I was going to ask you, what were the sports that you played? Did you play any sports in middle school?
You know, I played football. I did play football. I played.
So you played for Argentine?
By the way, so no, I didn't play for Argentine. I played for North, like whatever North middle school type team. Yeah. I was 12 years old. So my mom, because she had 2 jobs, she said one day she was like, "I'm gonna teach you how to drive." Actually, she said, "Te voy a enseñar a manejar." Yeah. Right. Because we spoke Spanish in the house.
Right.
But so she taught me to drive at 12 years old. And so, because she was like, because I want you to help me. You go to the grocery store, you get milk, you get this, and like you go. Yeah, no, I'm dead serious. 12 years old. Like I look at my kids now, and I'm like, I can't imagine my son. He's 15 now. Like he's barely starting to drive, and I mean just barely. I was driving by myself at 12 to the store, and then she finally was like, she also would let me drive to practice. The coaches would be like,
how the hell did he get here?
They'd be like, dude, did you steal the car? And I'm like, no. And they would call my mom and be like, hey, is your son okay to drive? And she would be like, yeah.
She said, it's fine.
Yep.
It's fine.
I'd go to the little middle school parties,
Yeah.
and the parents would freak out. They'd be like, also calling my mom. She's like, see, it's okay, it's mijo, and like
the 12-year-old show
okay.
to a party.
But that was she's working 2 jobs. I'm going to school at North. She's working way out in Missouri off Main Street, and so I would drop her off.
I was about to say,
yeah, I would drop her off at work at 12 years old.
dang, driving highways.
Yeah, 12 years old every day, and then I made the mistake of parking in the teacher's parking lot at middle school, and I get a call, over the intercom, and the kids are like, "What'd you do now?" And so I go to the office, and he's standing there, and he's like with his arms. I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Do you remember who it was?
Mr. Wolf, Dr. Wolf, cool dude. He had like bottle cap, bifocal glasses. He's looking at me. He was like, did you drive to school? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, did you park in the teacher's parking lot? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you can't drive to school? Do you have a license? And I was like, no. He was like, I need to call, and he calls my mom. My mom's like, I gave him permission. He was like, he can't drive to school. He just can't. So then it was like, my mom's like, well, you can't go there. So a friend of mine's mom said, well, we don't want you going back to Argentine middle school, so drive to my house, and I'll take you guys to school. So that's what I did for probably 4 months.
Just drive, leave the car there.
I've dropped my mom off, drive to their house, leave the car there. She'd take us to school.
That compromise does not seem right.
Dude, but I was popular,
Yeah. I got my own car at 12, of course.
Yeah. It was all good until one day I was like, I was really good about not really going out cruising with, because also these kids, like, they were like, nah, we can't get in the car with,
Right.
This Shawnee Mission, right?
Yeah,
they're a little more like, nah, that's okay. In Argentine, my friends have been like, let's go cruising, but one day I did, and then I went to pick up my mom an hour late from work. I pulled up. She got in the car. She didn't say a word, not one word. And I'm driving. And then we're on Southwest Boulevard by where that Dairy Queen used to be, Rainbow and Southwest Boulevard. Yeah. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I mean, how do I remember exactly where I was at when this happened? But I was sitting at the stoplight. So it had been a 20-minute drive, probably. Nah, not that. Probably 10 minutes. Not a word. And then we sit there. Next thing you know, she says something to me, and I kind of respond like a little too smart aleck.
Yeah.
And she just clocks me right in my jaw.
Coscorón. Pow, right?
No, not in my head.
Nope.
In my like a straight
jab.
Jab. I mean, but a hard jab, a hook. and I remember my jaw like popping because she got me good, and she was like, "Don't you ever?" I mean, and in Spanish, of course, And she was like, you will never drive to school, blah, blah, blah. I mean, she went, she was holding it in for 10 minutes, but.
I mean, I'm sure she was probably worried for one that.
For one. Imagine that. Yeah, for sure. And then for two, that was her second job of the day. Or no, sorry. She was going to her second job of the day. So I made her late.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all bad.
Yeah.
Not good. And I was never late to pick her up again. But, yeah. Man. You did what you had to do, man.
Right.
You did what you had to do.
Wow, that's wild. I never knew that, man.
Driving at 12 years old, bro. So the point was, I would drive. Sorry, all the way back. All the way back now.
I forgot there was a point.
My bad. All the way, circle back all the way around. I would drive to middle school football practice, and any sport, every sport. Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
And Fernando was that kid that would pop the trunk open, throw his pads in the back of the truck.
At 12, and people were expecting like the parent to start driving. I get in the driver's seat, like, I'm like this,
I had the seat.
Had your textbooks on the seat. So
textbooks on the seat.
To sit on.
Blown 6x9s, but I don't care. I got that shit turned up, because I think I'm cool. But
and I mean, did you at least give off like an older presence, or did you look like
No,
you were,
dude. I was a 12-year-old kid. I was also surprised I never got pulled
That's
over.
what I'm like. There was no red flags that came up. Like, did you like? Was there ever a situation like there's a cop next to you, behind you?
I hit a car. I rear end. I bumped. I barely bumped this. I rear ended him. Boom.
Yeah.
And we got out. The guy was cool, and then he was like, "Hey, man, I'm worried that you're gonna run, so I'm gonna call the cops." And I was like, "Please don't call. Just follow me. My mom. We live right over here." He was like, "I don't trust it." Mission cops of all cops. They're the worst. I hated Mission cops, bro.
They're bad now still.
Oh, don't get me started. But he pulled up. I think he didn't want to do the paperwork because he was like, "Hey, why don't you guys? This is no damage. Why don't you follow him home? I'll follow behind you guys, and that way we don't have to do the whole everything report and all that." And the guy was like, "All right, but you'll follow." And the cop was like, "Sure." So even a cop came up, and I was 12 years old, and he didn't go, "Hey." I mean, I was scared the whole time until he met us at the house, and then he bailed, and then ended up costing my mom probably $400 or $500.
Really, for no damage?
It was a scratch, but she didn't know, and as a kid, I don't know.
Right, like whether or not the real damage.
Regardless if you bump this vehicle or you damage, you're freaking 12 years old, and then apparently none of that came up.
Nope.
Just the fact that apparently he just thought you were a little person.
Maybe.
I think that's what it was. He had to admit.
I played it off, or I had just enough of a mustache,
peach fuzz,
you had
puberty mustache.
You didn't have a Sharpie that you draw a mustache on.
Bro, I don't know what it was, but I got lucky, and
now tell me, would you have run?
No.
Okay.
No. I would. No. Because
was he right?
No, he actually. Because we live like 3 blocks away. That's what I kept telling him. And I wouldn't have ran. He would. Because I was 12. I'm like, where am I gonna go? I can barely drive this car.
Yeah.
So going fast? I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hook me up, Mario.
I got you, man. That's pretty wild.
Thanks, bro. Yeah.
It's a cool story though.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. No, it's a good time. Yeah, good.
Come up on your record. Yeah, got pulled over at 12 for hit and run.
Yeah,
holy shit.
So how old were you when you got your license?
Regular age,
regular age.
Yeah. And by then, the guy, the driver license guy, he was like, "You drive better than me."
I started driving early. I didn't get my license. Well, I was horrible at taking tests, especially a written test. So I could never pass that damn test. The driving test I could pass. I could not pass the written test.
The written test.
It took me 3 times. I think my 4th time they finally just said, "Here."
They were like, "You paid enough.
You paid enough. You've taken it 3 times. You keep missing the same question, the same ones." And my dad would laugh at me every time. But I remember
your dad. I remember your dad. Yeah.
I went to a birthday party, or I wanted to go to a birthday party. I couldn't get there. And my mom was like, "I'm sorry, but I'm not taking you. Your dad's working." And I said, "Okay, Mom, that's fine. I'm going to go to Juan's house." So I walk up to Juan's house.
Bad decision already.
But let me tell you, here's what happened. I get there, and I talk to you, Tia Chela. May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
I talked to her, and I asked her, or I told her that I needed a ride, and if she would give me a ride. She said, no. She handed me her keys. Your Tia Chela handed me her keys, and she just said, "Be careful, mijo." That's what she told me.
And just let you go.
And let me go to the party. And I never told my mom.
That sounds about right.
And then I think later on in life, I don't know if she told my mom but my mom's like, here, just in the past, my mom's like, "Yeah, I remember. I heard that you took."
Oh, she knew.
Yeah.
The comadres talk, bro. The comadres, the cheese men are out.
But I felt like the man. Of course, I was about 15, 16, but remember they had that yellow that station wagon.
Oh yeah,
Got to drive that from there to Armadale.
Yep.
Spent a couple hours at this birthday party and just came back.
Come back.
Thank you, Chela.
Felt like the man. Yeah, that's my tia, man.
Yeah, and she was like my second mama too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's funny that. It's just crazy that you're 12 years old.
12 years old, bro.
That's quiet.
Cruising the streets.
Yeah. So hell, I was going to ask you your school memories, but hell, you were out in and out of school. I don't know. I guess those were your memories.
That was no. I mean, it's weird because I do have great memories at Shawnee Mission North. Like I said, Harmon, I just wasn't there very long.
Yeah. What school did you like better? I mean,
North for sure. Yeah.
I mean, we said he didn't spend as much time at Harmon. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much you want to get into it, but the school systems.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
That's why when people argue, like, I don't know, about, social this and, you get into even racial issues and stuff like that. And, you really have to go all the way back to the school system. I experienced it. I went to Switzer and Westport Middle.
You literally rose in like the structure of like the school district. Like from like, I don't want to call them out for saying like they're not a good school district, but I mean like they're, lower tier, just based off
low
of like
budget
fundamentals and like budget. Yeah. So
budgets,
and to Shawnee Mission. Yeah. That's.
And just the like personal care that the teachers give you.
Sure.
I mean, I forgot Antioch Middle School. I went to Antioch Middle School, which is on like 75th and Metcalf, Now
closed.
that was the first Shawnee Mission school I ever went to. And it was like heaven to me compared to like Argentina. Don't get me wrong. Like I had good friends at Argentina and that. But as far as like...
But you walked in, you said, where are the metal detectors?
No. And we didn't even have them back then. It was just the attention, the personal attention from teachers and like the love, like the nurturing that you got. Mm-hmm. It was night and day, So of course, like this is why like these, like, and I'm one of them now, but I understand it. But like Overland Park parents back, they don't realize that, your kids have an advantage because they grew up in a school system it just is better. Yeah. It's just very much more nurturing. The education that you get there is just better. Where you put the blame, I don't know. But I saw it firsthand. And so it does make a difference. But not throwing any shade at it's not that. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors in there. I just think that, you also probably have like my situation with my mother, raising two kids, no dad around. Mm-hmm. That kid that I was probably a lot more challenging for teachers than a kid at Shawnee Mission with two parents that discipline, that hold you accountable, that, like we do our kids now.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but Shawnee Mission was good for me. Even though I got lucky enough to survive it, but I only survived it because the teachers were beyond patient with me, So, I mean, I'm talking my cousin Sandra Olivas, KCTV5,
there you go. Shout out.
Prima, what's up? So Sandra, my Uncle Cande, and my mom and I, we had a meeting with every one of my teachers, all of them. And they were like, we want to know why we shouldn't kick him out forever. Like forever, not just expelled like for the year, but forever. And the teachers were like, he's a good kid, but like, he just can't figure it out, And after that meeting, they all basically voted like, we want to give him another chance. And I wouldn't have. Like, looking at me now, back then, I would have been like, nah, bro, you got to go. Like, you can't figure it out.
And so Sandra was there to translate.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And my Theo was there more like kind of support, because it was just my mom, And they were like, you need to come ready with like to help us, with convince team. Us.
Right.
Yeah.
You had to build your own.
Really?
Your own Avengers to.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that Sandra and my Theo Cande came in like heroes. But I also played baseball, so and I was.
Did you play baseball for North?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was eligible, so I really only played 1 year. I made varsity every year. I just never was eligible, and but thankfully my coach. He stood up and he was like, "We can't. He's a good kid. Like he has baseball, like
In his blood,
I feel like he has a future with it. So, you know, he advocated for me big time.
Who's the coach?
His name was Coach Hansen. Hansen, yeah.
Hansen, okay.
He passed away. Rest in peace. But you know, he fought for me, and they gave me a chance. But it was like he basically put his, you know, he
put his job on the line.
Yeah, he was like, I'll make sure he stays out of trouble.
Yeah,
you know, and I will say this, I did. You know, from that point on, I did. But yeah, man, it was in a lot of trouble all the time. Just dumb stuff too. Teachers love me, but it was like just distraction nonstop.
You just weren't focused.
Wasn't focused. But baseball eventually brought me back. It was just thankfully it was right after high school.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See, I'm glad you played baseball with us down there at Franklin.
Oh yeah, man.
You would have never played. Yeah.
That's where it all started. Well, it really all started in like I said, on the west side. You know, those guys took me in. A friend of mine by the name of Jose Arzaga. He was my mentor.
Man, may he rest in peace.
You know Jose?
Yes.
Get out! I didn't know that. Bro, he was like. You know, not having a dad and being a young kid there. He was like 4 years older than me. Yeah. And when all the guys would be picking on me, he'd be like, hey, man, leave him alone. Like, he'd be like, Fernando, get over here. Like, and he taught me how to throw my first curveball. He let me have my first baseball glove. I mean, it was beat up, you know, and whatever, but he let me have it. And I was like, I will treasure this glove forever. And
still have it?
No, I don't. You know, I mean, it's you're a kid, but he took me under his wing, man, and I would say he saved me, you know, and then he was a good dude, man. Never, you know, we lived in the West Side, so everybody was into either drugs or alcohol or gangs or some shit like that, you know, and he basically taught me like, hey, man, you don't need to be into all that. Like, you should just be a good kid, you know, and he taught me all that, and then
that's cool.
And then he got shot.
Yeah.
You know, right in front of the projects right there, in front of his
door. I remember that day.
I was in Mexico, bro.
When that happened?
Yeah. When I came home, my mom goes, have a seat.
Really?
How long ago was this?
This is 88.
Oh, dang. So this was a while
ago. He was, at the time, he was dating my sister-in-law.
Really?
Yeah, Maria. They were dating. And Sandy and
Maria dated?
Yeah, long time ago. And Sandy and I were together.
Are we talking? No, sorry. Not Tomas's sister.
No.
Okay.
No, my sister-in-law. She's my prima.
Got you. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember Sandy, my wife, she calls me. I was living at my mom and dad's house.
Yeah.
She calls me. She tells me. And I almost want to say we had just partied like the night before. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Damn.
We were playing football. We used to play street football, you know.
I remember.
Remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
So we had just played together.
Were you on the west side when you played?
We would go from the west side to Clopper Field to Ruby Park.
Ruby
Park to, you know, and we played football together. And then the very next morning, I get a phone call saying he passed away. Horrible. Yeah. And I remember him because I would ride. He was my ride. He would go to 15th Street. Yep. He would pick me up and we'd go to the girls' house, and then he would take me home. He freaking introduced me to the NWA, that music, that gangster rap.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
He introduced me to that shit because he was always listening to that.
You know,
and he had this.
Yeah,
he had this crazy ass wop that he liked to dance.
Bro, he was like, I mean, I looked up to him. He was like a good looking dude. He was funny, athletic. Like, he played football, baseball, basketball. And he was just a nice guy.
Yeah, he was.
You know?
He was a really nice guy.
I was 12. If it was 88, right?
Yeah, it was 80 when he passed, yeah.
So how old was he? 16, 17?
Something like that. Because I was a junior, senior, high school. Yeah.
I remember, his sister Sally and his mom, the first time I saw her after that happened, several years after, start crying. As soon as she saw me, she started bawling. Because I was over at their house every day. But anyways, Yeah, I would say he also saved my life, you know, because who knows what I would have gotten into had he not been like, yo, like, you know, don't do that stuff. Just
There's a different path.
yeah.
No, he was a good guy, man.
He really was. Yeah.
He was a really good guy.
He was always number 7 back then. So then that's what I was my entire baseball.
Really?
You know, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Did you play like Little League baseball?
Little League there on the west side, and then, you know, growing up, I played baseball always. Even
Baseball was your thing.
Mm-hmm. Still is.
Okay.
Still is, you know.
Yeah. The baseball, I mean, okay, as far as your baseball career, you're still playing ball now.
Still playing ball now.
Who are you playing for?
So I play for this team called the Monarchs. We play,
Which is semi-pro?
so you know, we're a men's league team, but we're just really good for a men's league team. So because every one of our guys, you know, most of us played either college or after college, you know. A few didn't, but they're good too. And then so we play in our men's league Tuesday, Thursday, and then we play in a Sunday league, and then we play against college teams between, you know, right after college is over, like middle of May or so, until about middle of July.
What do you mean college teams? Like literally you would play against...
Yeah, we play, so like
20-year-old bucks.
Yeah, throwing 92 still. Yeah,
That's crazy.
We play, so like one of my favorite games to play every year, we play in St. Joe against the St. Joe Mustangs. They draw a crowd of minimum probably 800 people.
Damn.
On a Friday, 3,000 people.
Dang.
And I get to play in front of that.
That's awesome.
This year we played on a Friday. I played third base right in front of 3,000 people.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's fun.
How did that game go?
I think we've played them since I've been on our team. Well, I mean, I've been on our team the longest because we've changed names, but I've been on the team. But since we've played them, we're probably like 2-8.
Okay.
You know, they're good.
Yeah.
They're the best team in that, like, it's called the Mink League. Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas. So we play all these teams, and college teams, they're by far the best. Otherwise, like the rest of the year, I mean, again, we're a men's league team. I think our average age is like 35. Obviously, I skew that way up.
Yeah.
But we're probably like, you know, 12-12, somewhere around there. I think 15-12 or some, you know. And I don't think we play that many games. So yeah, like 10-8 or so we compete. So yeah,
So some of the ex-baseball players, professional baseball players, do they play in that league as well, or with you guys?
So
like any ex-Royals?
Not on our team, but like Jeff Montgomery plays on another team in our league, but he plays with the older guys. Like there's like a 50 and over. Our team is 25 and over, even though we're all over 30 to 35. But that's because we like the competition.
Yeah.
I mean, we would smoke teams if we played in the like
Proper age range.
Yeah.
Jeff Montgomery.
Yeah, you remember him, the Royals? Jeff Montgomery.
Yeah, I remember the older.
I think he's a
pitcher.
Yeah, the pitcher.
He's still pitching?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
He's older. He's got to be older than me.
Yeah,
right?
he's probably playing the 55 and over now.
Wow.
Yep.
He's still throwing.
Still throwing.
That's awesome.
I've faced Danny Jackson before. Remember Danny Jackson?
Yeah.
He was we hit a home run off of him to win this tournament game, and he walked right over to the third base line by our dugout, and he was like, "Fuck all you young motherfuckers!" like yelling at us. He was like, "If I hadn't pitched 7 innings yesterday, I'd shove the ball up all your ass." I mean, we're like, "Yo, Danny Jackson, you pitched in the World Series."
I know,
Relax.
right? Jeez.
Good shit though. It was good stuff. But
Do you guys have one of these? And he show you his ring?
right, yeah, pretty much, yes.
It's on his middle finger.
Pretty much. But I'll be honest, man, it's I'm 46 now. Finally, like, 5 games a week sometimes. And
Your knees don't hurt yet?
my knees are good because I don't catch anymore.
I was gonna ask
a
you this,
catcher. Yeah, but my body, it starts, and I feel like I'm in good shape. About that third game of the week, I got to pop 4 or 5 Advil.
Man.
But it's fun, man. That's why I'm starting to transition to golf. See, that's
A little
that's the
less
strategy.
taxing on the
Yeah,
body,
a lot less taxing on the body. So,
Wow.
yeah. But yeah, man, I got to play college baseball.
For
Washburn. 2 years at KCK, 2 years at Washburn. So again, man,
Did you finish schooling there at Washburn?
Yes. Yep. I got a business degree from there.
You didn't get kicked out of that school, huh?
I'm telling you, man, something clicked. I was sitting at a job at FedEx as a customer service rep the summer after my senior year, and I was sitting there in the cubicle making $8.25 an hour. I thought that was good money for it was 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
I was 18 years old. And
Back in the 90s, 90 something.
Yeah, 95, 6. No, sorry. Yeah, 95, 96. I was sitting there, and it was that year, and I was like, I looked around one day, and I saw like people in their 40s and 50s.
Just been in the same rut for the past
working
40 years.
And I was like, I don't want to be here, and it just hit me. And you know what I did on my lunch break? I got up, I went to the break room.
Made you a sandwich?
Made me a sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Opened up the phone book.
Opened up the sandwich,
and then the phone book.
Yeah.
And I called Johnson County Community College. You know what their coach said to me? I don't know who the fuck you are. I recruit my players from Arizona, California, Texas. So yeah, no thanks. I called like 3 different colleges, and then I finally called. I'm in the break room calling baseball teams just trying to get a tryout because I decided I'll go to college, but I want to play baseball. And I finally called Coach Burleson at KCK, and he said, "Sure, I'll check you out." Mm-hmm. And so I went. He gave me a spot on the team. Didn't give me a scholarship, but about a month in, he called me in his office. He was like, "Hey, you deserve a scholarship. I'm going to give you a scholarship."
What position?
Catcher.
Okay.
But, it was a hard road, man. But I was 4th string catcher my freshman year out of 4 catchers, right. But I could hit. So I started as a DH as a freshman. And then I had my hard times, and, it was a hard transition for me going from what I was to that. So him and I butted heads, man. I quit the team. I did all this stuff. I ended up going to Boonville, Missouri to college for a semester. And then that's when I realized, like, man, Coach Burleson is the real deal. Like, if I want to be a good player and become just a better man, like a better person, that's where I need to be.
And he was hard on you.
He was hard on me. But you know what I did at Boonville? Because there's nothing to do in Boonville. Boonville is fucking boonies. So and the team was a joke. So you know what I did though? I made up my mind. I'm gonna become the best baseball player I can be, or else I just don't need to waste my time doing this. So I worked out every single day. Weight room. I lifted 1.5 hours every day. I ran. I got to where I could run 5 miles a day.
Dang.
Yeah. 5 miles a day, lift every day. I did my own baseball drills. I'd be in there doing blocking drills. I'd find one of the pitchers, hey, throw me balls. I'd have welts all over my arm. I'm talking legit.
Yeah.
I put in the work, and then I started studying. I started studying a lot. So I got, my grades up. I was getting A's and B's. I got on the academic list, whatever B 3.0 averages.
Yeah.
So I just decided.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I was like,
you had to figure it out.
I just decided, like, it's time to figure my shit out. I'm good at baseball. I want to give it a shot. And that's what I did. Then I went back to KCK and told Coach, all you got to do is give me another opportunity. He said, I don't have a spot for you. I recruited 2 catchers from Puerto Rico. So, if you want to come try out, but you're probably wasting your time.
You said Puerto Rico. I'm from Torreon, is it?
Torreon way, from El Barrio. So he gave me a shot, bro. I put it this way. I not only made the team a month into the season, those 2 dudes, they went back to Puerto Rico. They quit. They no showed to practice ever again because I started starting ahead of them.
Really?
And Puerto Rican dudes, man, like, they're pride. They're
passionate to the game.
Passionate. They're pride, but they were those 2 dudes were lazy.
Were they?
My best friend, the first male I ever said I love you to is Puerto Rican. He was on the team as well. Mm-hmm. great freaking ball player. But they went back. And then I hit my sophomore year, all that work I put in, man. I hit 427, 12 home runs, threw out 30 of 40 base runners, which that's a
lot.
Very good average, and the work paid off. And then I moved on from there to Washburn, had 2 good years there. Baseball paid for all my college, and so did government aid. I got not loans, but with what my mom made, I'd actually get like $5,000 back after my scholarship and my financial aid went through. So that paid for my apartment.
Yeah,
Shit just fit. Once I helped put it in place, stuff started falling into place.
Yeah.
So did you have dreams to play in the major leagues?
So the highest I made it right after Washburn, I went to Mexico and played pro ball there. Got paid. I mean, that was an experience. That was a good time.
All them pesos you made.
I mean, I was actually making dollars, $400 a game, bro. And we would play.
That's like 6 million pesos in it or something.
Listen, I was making $400 a game, and we played 3 games a week. You do the math. As a
I
kid,
can't do the math.
I know, right?
I even have a calculator.
I know it.
It's about $1,200 a week.
$1,200 a week. I mean, in Mexico, and I was living with my grandparents for free.
Yeah.
Was it year round?
No,
Okay.
just is actually
And all the Coke you can drink.
right, yeah.
They got the best Coke out there. Right?
I thought you meant.
No, not that kind.
They got that too, but
Drink.
I know.
I'm
I was
trying to play
confused
ball,
where I was
bro.
going. You said
Yeah.
all the Coke.
I hear
out the
Coke
rest
smells
for it.
good, but I've never tried it. I don't want to smell the stuff. But
no, but we
All the Coke you can drink and all the Pepsi you can smell.
right, yeah. I was going clubbing every weekend though. I mean, in Mexico back then, the clubs were like here. The clubs were like America's Pub. It was like.
yeah,
Like the little clubs here there were like mega clubs, layers and a disco ball about as big as this room that would like come down in the middle of the room.
it's crazy. Real quick, you said that I made a trip to Mexico City in '91 for a job and whatever, and I went with a friend of mine. He took me. We went to Acapulco, and we did the club scene there. And I was just 19.
Oh man.
So I had a fake ID.
Alive?
I had a fake ID, and we went to these clubs. And I've never seen a club until
there.
And
real club.
And exactly what you said.
Yeah.
The different. I mean, it was open in the middle,
Yes.
but you had the different layers of people walking.
I called it the Coliseum.
Exactly. Yeah. It was. Yeah. And we hit one of those clubs, and I was amazed, and I was scared. I was scared, and everybody looked like wet. They were all wetos, but they were all Mexicanos.
Right. Yes,
that's what was crazy because I was like, all these people come to vacation.
Right.
And my buddy's like, no, these are all people
Those
from
are
Mexico.
Mexicanos,
Yeah, they're all Mexicanos here.
My favorite part is, it was $10 all you can drink. So that was cover, and you got bottle service at your table. So they bring a bottle of Captain or Bacardi or whatever you wanted, and for $10. And so what's cool is
It take you a long way.
Then you tell the waiter, oh yeah. Then you tell the waiter, you'd be like, hey, here's $5. And I give him a $5, and I'd be like,
Damn,
take care of
high
us.
roller,
Yeah,
shit.
I was balling. I'll give you $5. And to them, they're like, oh,
Hell yeah.
And I'd be like, take care of us. We'll give you another $5 at the end. Bro, we had drinks. I mean, it was like
You partied harder for $20
than I could ever, $100 ain't gonna get you that here.
Right.
So, but who knows what we were drinking? Correct. But still, it was good enough, But yeah, no, good times.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Gonna have to go try that out for myself then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you need to. That would be fun. So, and then later on in life, you start playing men's fast pitch.
Men's fast pitch.
How'd you get into that game?
Chris Medina.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Well, you guys always, come on, man. The Garcias ran
Okay.
fast pitch. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, you're right.
Are you saying
I ended up with Chris, but I started out with the Indios for a minute. But let's be real, like you guys were good. I mean, you guys were always the champions of the league and all the tournaments and everything. And you knew I was a good baseball player,
Right.
So you knew I had the tools, but like, I mean, fast pitch is a whole different beast.
So you got your feet wet with us.
Got my feet wet. I just wasn't good enough. And
because I had talked to my Theo Danny, and he knew who you were, and I'd say, hey, Theo, I said, Fernando can fucking hit a tennis ball all the way to Ruby Park.
Or baseballs, right? Like I can hit baseballs all the way to Ruby Park. But at the end of the day, like I wasn't producing like you guys needed me to,
No, I thought you did fine. We all thought you did fine.
Yeah.
We just thought it was a little, I think you were overwhelmed.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
because we needed a catcher. We needed
too.
a catcher at the time.
Yeah.
And, you did your shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody's like, damn, he can hit the shit. I mean,
when he hits.
When you're putting the ball out.
When he hits.
Yeah, you're putting the ball out on 7th Street and, there at Shawnee Park.
I did hit. So here's the thing I tell people. It took me 3 years and I'll be honest, I started loving fast pitch so much that I was missing baseball games to play fast pitch.
Really? I
really liked it. I liked the competitiveness. I liked, it was just a faster game. I just really started enjoying it. So I stopped. I was missing baseball games for fast pitch games, but it took me.
They were fun.
It was fun. It was fun. It took me my 3rd year to finally become what I considered a good fast pitch hitter.
Yeah. That's.
I was.
But you picked it up. I thought you picked it up pretty quick.
Fairly quick. But I remember. Everybody would tell me this. Remember, I would try my leg kick. Remember, I had that.
Yes,
remember, I had a high leg kick because that's what I had in baseball. I was like high leg kick, boom, and you're like, bro, that's not gonna work. And so, sure enough, I figured it out. Figured it out, and I got baseball fast pitch has helped me experience a lot of things. I had a great tournament in Newton one year. And I got, dude flew me out to the Austin tournament. Remember him?
Yeah, you made me proud. Fernando was out there joining all the big teams in Texas.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, this guy's doing his thing. And
it was fun, man. But the pressure's on, they're paid. They pay for your flight, your food,
the hotel room.
The hotel room. The dude was literally like, hey, mijo, you have your wallet? Yeah. He's like, put that away. You're not going to need it this whole trip.
All right.
Like, damn. We go to a store. He's like, you like that glove? Yeah.
It's yours.
Grab it. Yeah. This dude had money.
Right.
But yeah, man, it was a good time. And
at the end of it, he said, but you better produce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you played with us, and then did you go to? Then you played a little bit with the Locos.
Locos. Yep. Locos, because Bubba.
Danny M.
Yep. And Mr. T. Rest in peace. Good group of dudes, man.
Oh yeah.
They're all good guys. And then.
I think that was someone's nickname and not the actual Mr. T.
But, no, Mr. Talavera. Yeah, Mr. Talavera. We called him Mr. T. But then I became friends, with Chris Medina, little Chris. Dude, he's a clown. I love. He was always just a good dude, good kid, funny, and his dad ran the Angels, so there I go with the Angels. Yep. And then that's where I ended up at.
That's when you ended up saying, "Oh, I can't wait to face the Indios."
Yeah, of course I did, because you guys were the best team. I always liked facing Jaime. I always like facing the good pitchers.
Jaime, Adan.
Yeah, Adan. Yeah, Adan brought the stuff. Shout out Adan. Grew up with him, coming over to Danny's house and hanging out a lot too. We played Little League together too. Okay. But yeah, man, that was a good time. But and with the Angels, we won a tournament, national tournament, the A, and then the Toros, the Toros.
Did you play with them?
The Toros invited me that same year to play in the Double A, and got MVP of the tournament.
Did you?
And we won that. So we won 2 national championships. I got to win 2 national championships in 1 year. That was pretty. That was probably the most fun I've ever had playing fast pitch. But. Yeah.
And the Newton tournaments were fun too.
Newton tournaments were also that
to
one.
This day, they're still
because the championship we won the championship that I think that year that we're the stands are packed.
It's a big deal. It's a
big deal. That's where they recruited me to go to that tournament in Texas.
Okay,
I think is it San Antonio or Austin?
It could have been either one.
Yeah,
Those,
those are big, bro. Man, that was
Houston.
Whole nother level. Whole nother level up there. I saw pitching that I was like, I can't even see this ball.
I know, right?
You know? Yeah. But
it may be bigger, but it's coming just as fast.
Oh, faster, bro. Yeah. Faster.
Yeah. So, yeah, those are good times. So, real quick, what was your first job? You remember your first job? Was it the FedEx?
No, it was bro. By then I had ran like 10 jobs.
Oh, maybe you were the first Uber driver at 12 years old.
Yeah, right. And I didn't even know it. Honestly, bro. Okay. First time I got paid for working and make money. You're gonna laugh. I sold empanadas on the bus in Mexico. My grandma made empanadas because they're fire. I mean, so good. Yeah. So she made, because one day she's like, hey, she had a little store in our house. She was really popular. You know, she sold all kind of candies, gum, right. You know, and people would just stop by and buy. And like when I would go out, I would just reach up and grab some change and then go play video games all day. And, you know, like, oh, come back in to eat something, go back out, grab some change. So she was like, hey, mijo, you're taking all my money. Let's figure out how you can make some money. Oh, I know. You want to sell some empanadas? I was like, yeah. So me and my friend, you know, we walk over to the bus and be like, hey, can you let us sell on your bus? Sure. Bro, we sold out. That was my first job ever. Nice. Selling empanadas on the bus in Mexico.
That's funny.
That's cool. And so, from your first job to what you're doing now, what are you doing now?
So now I run, have a company called Fernando Productions. We do mainly weddings. So I started off as a DJ about 13 years ago, and it was just DJing on the side. I was working as a claims adjuster for Progressive Insurance. And then I DJ'd a little in college, but nothing like super serious. But I always loved music. Always. Do
you remember your first DJ gig? Was it just...
Yeah, I do. This guy in college was like, hey, I heard you DJ. I'll pay you $50. And I'm sure he charged like $500, but I'll pay you $50, go DJ this frat party or something. Mm-hmm. So I did. Gave $50. I was like, this is the best thing ever. I just made $50 to play music.
What was your equipment? I mean, did you have high-tech equipment at the time?
It was his. It was his.
Oh, it was his equipment.
Yeah, it was his. You know, I had no money, no equipment.
Yeah.
And yeah, then I bought my first little Gemini, like cheapest of the cheap little mixer. But I thought, you know, I had a CD player here, like a Walkman, and then a home CD player here. Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out how to mix, you know. I didn't realize like DJs like speed the tempos up, but you got to have like DJ specific equipment to do that. Yeah. I'm trying to mix two songs that won't mix, and I can't figure out why, because back then we didn't have YouTube either.
Yeah.
So you're literally, unless you had another DJ showing you, like it was pretty rough.
So that's the game now is you try to mix music together, same beats.
Oh yeah. You've seen my live mixes.
Yeah, when I've done it, I just went, okay, the music's getting ready to end. Boom, let's start this one. Beats didn't match at all, but guess what? I had a little fade. And
who cares, right? Yeah. You can hide it by a little fade and then mix. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna cut it nowadays, man. I know, No. But yeah, so that grew into, I mean, several years later, somebody was just like, hey, you want to DJ my wedding? You know, I'll give you $200. And I was like, sure. You know, I took my laptop, two EV speakers, CD player, and just played good music. So I always had good taste in music, so I knew I could at least rock his wedding, even though I really don't know how to DJ at the time. Yeah. I mean, I was fading in and out, right?
Yeah.
He was happy with it. Somebody saw me at that wedding and was like, hey.
And it just built up from there.
You know, very, very slowly. But then I got my first shot at this venue called the Sawyer Room. They saw me DJ, and the venue owners were like, hey, man, you did a good job. We would like to recommend you. And they were like a big time venue that like, you know, high end. And so I started booking a few weddings, you know, probably 3 my first year there. Because it was towards the end of the year, like October, I booked 3 for the rest of the year there, then 10 the next year, then 20,
wow,
then 35, then 45. And then it eventually got to where I was starting to get calls from people going, where I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm booked. And then they'd be like, who would you recommend? I'm like, not anyone that I could really put my name on.
That's my competition.
Right, yeah. Or just like, I don't want you mad at me because I recommend somebody I don't really know.
Yeah.
And so then I started like realizing like I'm getting enough of these calls. I wish I had somebody to
help you out,
to cover these. And then I reached out to one of my guys now. He's been with me the longest. His name's Jared. Shout out, Jared. DJ Jam. Great DJ. And he started DJing, like I'd start sending couples to him and we just worked that out. And then it became where it was like the demand came hot enough.
Now
to
he's
where
busy.
He's busy. I'm busy. Boom.
But he's still working for you.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Now currently, yes.
Okay.
So you started making a monopoly of DJs.
Well, it's just here's the tricky thing with most of these companies that offer, several DJs under their name, you like me, I don't want to talk about what they do. Like what I do is I'm really picky about who I choose to work with like this, because at the end of the day, it's got my name on it, especially now, right? Like now, because we do have a good reputation, these planners and these wedding planners and these wedding vendors and people that send couples to me, they say, Fernando's got a great team. You can't go wrong with him. So, I got to make sure I have a great team. Because otherwise you start losing credibility.
Right.
Sure. You start losing referrals because they're like, we don't know. It's too hit or miss, So a good decision I made a long time ago was that I'd rather have, 5 really good DJs, than 10 or 15 okay, who knows type of thing. And it's paid off. Now I got 10 DJs that, work with me, and we book probably 350 weddings this year. Last year, about 300. And then slowly, again, 12 years ago, I started seeing, other vendors while I'm DJing, they would bring in like a lighting company would bring in some lighting.
Yeah.
A photo booth company would bring in the photo booth, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's things that take a skill that you have to be good at. And there's things that you just have to learn to use. But once you learn it, you don't really need a skill.
Right.
Like a light, like when you light up around a room, like you just have to have the money to buy it and then know how to use it. So I started seeing these vendors coming in. I was like, I could do that. And then I could do a photo booth. It took a lot of research. I mean, hours, hundreds of hours watching YouTube videos to learn how to set up the photo booth, how to work the technology and all that. But, 12 years later, now I have 5 photo booths that I also rent out. Then I started seeing like, man, this dance floor right here, like it takes labor and work, but like I have clients that need a dance floor. Why not offer a dance floor? So then I started offering a dance floor.
So you have that capability to
Yep.
Bring
Dance
the flooring,
floor,
put 'em
lighting.
laying it down.
Yeah. So
I'll be contacting you here shortly.
hey,
so.
let me know when somebody's getting married. That's what we do. And so it just started me by myself, just that to, what it's grown into. Honestly, the great thing is it grew into it without planning it. Like it was never a business plan to say, I'm going to grow this company and have this and do that. It just like organically grew as to what it is now. It's a lot of work. I mean, it took, it took a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice. It's working 70 hours a week because, I worked during the week with all the meetings and setting up meetings and doing all the emails and doing all that. And then I would DJ, let's say 2 weddings on the weekend.
Yeah.
That's 10 hours. That's 10 hours each day. That's 20 hours just in 2 days. And it was a lot, but I was willing to do that work, and it's paid off. It's paid off for
well,
sure.
congratulations.
Yeah,
man.
thank you, man.
That's awesome that
Thank
you
you.
do that. Yeah, I've known that you've done that, but I wanted you to explain to the people that watch and listen to this podcast that, because please feel free. You know,
Fernando Productions.
Yes, you know,
Fernando
put it out there.
Productions.
Go look in the camera.
Fernando Productions KC on Instagram. Fernando Productions on Facebook. Holler at me at DJ Fernando at FernandoProductionsKC.com. Yeah, all that. And here's the thing: we're not cheap. We're not cheap.
You know your worth.
But if you know you want a good good quality
If you want good
experience,
production.
That's a good quality experience. It's going to cost a little more than than a little knuck from around the corner who's going to bring like 2 little speakers, and
So if they want somebody like that, they can hire me.
There you go.
I'll do
Mario
it.
Garcia.
I used to do that back in the day. Just get the home stereo and the tapes.
You'll try to play Run DMC and NWA the whole wedding.
I'll throw the whole tape in.
Right.
Run DMC's
Yeah.
Raising Hell. I'll let it play. You dance if you don't want to. I don't care. I'm listening.
Yeah.
That's just the way I do it. But
sounds like all you're missing is a photography and videography team.
And let me tell you, Fernando, you know what would be nice? Hey, right in that back corner, there's a nice little podcast talking about the wedding. These guys are good. Hey, just, keep that in mind.
That's a new concept that he came up with, and I think that's pretty interesting. Is if more birthday party events where we bring our equipment and people can just talk about.
That's not a bad idea.
So
at a birthday party?
You say you do
or wedding events or some kind of big event where you
go to a birthday party.
What's the word?
You go to a birthday party and let's say it's Fernando's birthday, okay? We want to talk to all of Fernando's friends. Hey, come in, sit down and talk. Hey,
have a list of questions.
Exactly, yeah.
I actually really like that idea.
And
even at a wedding,
I'm trying to push out.
You're set up in a corner, and I mean, especially the drinks start flowing,
right?
So the conversation can. But here's the only thing I would think is you got to keep it to 2 to 3 questions.
Yeah.
Where it's in and out. We've done it before at a couple bars.
I think that's a great idea for like at a wedding.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of and here's the thing. Maybe that's not for all couples, but you don't need all couples.
No.
Right.
Think about it. There's thousands of weddings. All you need is maybe 50 your first year.
Yeah.
Hell, 20 your first year.
It's not bad.
Everybody wants people see it now like how I have it now. And yes, it's like a sexy looking product. It's good. It's refined. It's been I've trial and errored and tweaked it for a long time. People think it's overnight, man. It took a long time.
Right.
I'm talking up at 3 a.m. on my computer, like tweaking my,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a grind.
Yeah. So when you're DJing a party, you have to read the crowd. Or do they give you a play? What do you think about when they give you a playlist?
I don't mind it. It's their party. I want them to be happy with it. But at the same time, I also, I'm much better now at not being afraid to like tell them, hey, okay, I see your playlist.
Hey, this song sucks.
Yeah.
This one sucks.
This song sucks. Like
you get an all country list.
Yeah. I'm much like better at consulting them and going, hey, look, here's the music you gave me. Like, are you sure this is what your crowd will dance to? Because you got to imagine me playing these songs. Well, can I get a large group of people to dance to this song?
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, man, I think I attract couples that I don't have to worry much about that. Most of them, it's a good fit. We're going to play some oldies. We're going to play some Earth, Wind, and Fire. We're going to play some Michael Jackson, some Commodores a little bit, some Usher, some Montel Jordan, some Run DMC.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also, I'm going to play some Dougie and some, some Travis Scott and some.
Okay, I was about to say, to be fair, we were still reaching into the late, 80s into the 90s.
True.
And then you went early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the younger crowd needs to maybe pick up some.
Exactly. They want a little bit of Drake, some
Drake.
21 Savage, yes. And I do all that. It's just,
And then you got to throw what? Hell yeah, you got to throw out the air horns.
The air horn. Yeah, boy. Yes, got to do some Flavor Flav.
DJ Cal.
Hell, we can go all day.
Another one. Check this out. Yes, all that. But, here's how I look at it. Most couples that book myself or one of my DJs, they want a DJ that's not corny and cheesy,
Been there to those kind of
hey, everybody, come on out. You know, like
to the dance floor.
Everybody out to the dance floor.
Hey, grandma, you're looking kind of lonely. Like they've seen that. They don't want that. They don't want chicken dance. They don't want line dances. You know?
Really?
crazy.
Yeah. No, they don't want. They want a
That's
party. They want someone that's good on a microphone.
Just keep us out there, you know, keep the beer
Yes,
in the
yes.
hand, you know,
Yeah.
and just
that can read the crowd. Because like there's a lot of times I get kind of, you know, I go you know, hip hop. Not every wedding can handle 21 Savage.
True.
And I've got to be able to know which crowd can and which can't. Because can you imagine if it's like a big, like conservative wedding, which can still be fun? You
Yeah.
just have to play to them,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's you know,
Play Kanye.
right. Kanye, no, not happening there. But maybe a week later, that's what they want.
that's what they have.
So that's my job is to figure out which one is which, so that they're both happy. You know. So
Yeah, for sure.
that could be. I could rock an all Mexican wedding one weekend. I mean, I'm talking
You've done that.
Mexican wedding, rancheras,
All Spanish.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of
I'm not talking about like Hispano wedding. I'm talking about Mexican wedding, right? Like from like where the parents are from Mexico, the couples from Mexico. I could rock that. And
So
then-
they want to hear Ramon Ayala. They
Exactly.
want to hear Los Tigres.
Yes, Los Tigres and all cumbias and all that. And then the next week I could rock one with reggaeton, or honestly, the next week I could rock one that's like 60% country.
Really?
So you just got to know how to read
the
your
crowd.
crowd. Yeah.
Man.
And when to play what. You can't be playing, you know, you can't be playing Twerkalicious and Drop It Like It's Hot and all that shit early in the night. You gotta wait till later.
You gotta wait till they're drunk.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. So you got to know your music.
You gotta
Right? Every DJ has to know their music.
Yeah, of course. Not but the thing that when people ask me like, what makes you a good DJ? I mean, to be a good wedding DJ, that's why I got a lot of respect for my guys. They're good at you have to be good at a lot of things. You have to be a people person. You have to be likable. You know, they have to like you. You have to be able to talk on a mic in front of 200 to 500 people live on a mic with, you know, and be able to do it comfortably, not sound bad.
Well spoken,
but not be too geeky. You know, I mean, nerdy. You got to be, you know, cool. You got to know current music, old music. So you actually have to be a good DJ.
Maybe you need to set up some kind of seminar. Have like inspiring DJs pay for a class.
They do seminars. I've actually thought about that. Maybe later down the line, you know, for sure. Because it can be taught if it's taught by somebody that can teach you how to do it the right way. Right. Like anything, you know.
Has anybody ever come up to you and say, "Hey, I'm a DJ. You need somebody?"
All the time. I've met with many DJs that, you know, that want to be on and that when I'm interested in adding a guy that, you know, it doesn't meet what I need them to be. Yeah. So yeah, but it's fun. It's a good time, man. It's a good time.
And do you MC much?
Yes, but that's the key. Don't talk too much.
Right.
You know? Don't
do like what we're doing right here.
This is fun though. This is cool. Just tell me to shut up when it's time because you know, as you can tell, I got stories for you.
Hey, but keep us in mind if you ever want to throw a podcast in the corner,
bro.
like I said,
but you gotta put it out there, and I know. Then I can say, hey, like if you gave me something like an Instagram post, then I can share.
They're out there, man.
And be like, hey, I got some buddies that if anyone's considering adding this little add on to your wedding, you know, I'd be happy to, but I got to have something to
show them. Yeah.
To show them or to share,
work on
you
it.
know, to share.
We'll work on it. Yeah.
For sure, man.
We'll do that.
Yep.
Again, this was fun. You know, I got to learn a little bit. I've known you for a long time, but I got to learn a little more. But anyway, no, I appreciate you coming in. But before we finish, you know, I like to finish off with favorites. I'll ask my guests 5 favorites. Okay. So what is your favorite color?
Honestly, I'm black. I like black.
Yeah.
Although I got this like
multicolored
shirt.
I know. Yeah.
I like black.
My mom and dad's wallpaper used to look like that. So
Yeah, that's so funny. I had a buddy of mine. Here's what's funny. You're the second person that said that. My boy came up to me at the gym yesterday, and he was like, "Man, what were you wearing earlier? You wearing a tablecloth?" But he said that.
Grandma make that for you.
And then you said that now, but I've gotten like more compliments on this hoodie than any other hoodie I've ever owned. So it's like, all right, I get it. But hey, I like wearing out there stuff,
cool.
you know?
Yeah, no, I like it. What's your favorite animal?
Dang, that's a good one. I like pandas, bro.
Pandas.
They're cute. I wish I had a panda. You know, I could say
Never go wrong with a panda.
You know what I mean? I could say lion, you know, and be like Mr. Tough Guy, but like I see a panda and I'm like, I want to have a panda, like
panda.
just to like
Or a koala bear.
hold it all day. Yeah, koala bear too. Yeah.
Favorite genre of music?
Oh, okay.
Because I know you're a DJ and you
Bro,
do it all.
I would have.
But if you had to pick just one.
I mean, right now I'm into dubstep.
Dubstep, really?
A ton. That's what I'm going to. You know, this year alone. So my guy is Excision. No, it's more like bump, 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 dun. Then.
Do you play any of that? Do you play?
I've played it at several weddings when they can handle that, because it's rare. I mean, it's
more kind of like, I don't want to say like a rave vibe, but
yeah,
bring
like
out the glow sticks.
Yeah, for sure. But even ravers like that, like techno, hate dubstep.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of noises, a lot of like this, but like it's, if you go to a show, I'll show you after. I'll show you after some videos. But if you go to a show, it's the best shows you'll ever go to, ever. Trust me.
Really?
I'll show you. Yeah.
Real quick.
But I like hip hop and R&B. I mean, really, I love my slow jams. I love hip hop.
Yeah. Like, okay. Real quick, we can. That. Do you have a drum machine?
No, never gotten into it. I want to.
Start your own beat.
Yeah. I've seen it done. It looks fun. Again, it's like, do I want to take the time to learn how to use that? Not yet. Not right now. My wife's like, you got too many hobbies as it is.
Right.
Baseball, golf. You know, you go work out every day. You know, you get like, you got to scale it back some.
Yeah.
But yeah, drum machines are cool though.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Back to
So
vacation destination. Your favorite vacation destination
that I've been to,
because I know you've traveled quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this year alone, 10 cities to see this dubstep artist. Yeah, but that's all here in the U.S. Honestly, bro, I'm a big beach guy. Mm-hmm. I love the beach.
I love beaches.
I love just not doing shit for like 5 days, eating, drinking, and laying out. I love Cabo.
Yeah,
I love Cabo.
Which I was gonna bring up. You DJ'd.
Yeah.
Party in Cabo.
Oh man, did you see that view?
Yes.
That was amazing. And that party.
I'd have to show you the view that he had.
Amazing.
It was
behind you?
He DJ'd and
in front of me.
The beach and water.
We're talking not the beach, the ocean.
The ocean, yeah. Ocean view.
And
while you're DJing.
There were ships everywhere. Boats, yachts everywhere. And it was Sammy and Evan's wedding. Juan's daughter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Bro,
that's cool.
We went hard. That was such a good time. I stepped in and cameo DJ'd for Emilio and Ashley's wedding.
Okay.
Juan's son Emilio in Cancun, like I think it was 3 years ago. Okay. The DJ there, I took my laptop and everything. And I was like, hey man, you mind if I hook? He was like, go ahead. After I rocked for like 15 minutes, he leaned in, he goes, hey, you just do it. I don't want to step in after this. Cause
I know, right? How could you follow that?
Cause I knew he was legit, like from Mexico, just trying to play like the stuff he read was top, which was, I mean, that one was fun too. Yeah. That was an amazing view too. Ocean. I mean, That's how to do it, man.
You throwing some Pitbull in there?
Of course. Of course.
Mr. Worldwide.
I mean,
Mr. Worldwide.
I would say almost every wedding has to have a little "Don't Stop the Party."
Yeah.
Oh, that's he opens up with that song, dude.
Everything tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Pitbull opens with that song,
bro. It's a jam.
Yeah.
He's got several. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
cool.
So Cabo. I went to I've been to Rome. that was amazing. That was an experience. But you're just seeing the Coliseum and all that stuff, Trevi Fountain and all the stuff that you're like, wow, like this was around back. Like
I know, right?
Yeah. So that was cool too, though.
That's cool.
But I'm beach. Tell me, give me those options. I'll go to Cabo all day.
Go. And your favorite movie of all time?
Dang, of all time. I mean, I'll just say it because it popped up just like this. Boys in the Hood.
Oh yeah. Cute.
Yep. So it's funny. I had a job at I'll make it super quick. 119th and Metcalf Blockbuster. We had employee favorites, right? Everybody's is like, Star Wars and all these like suburban type movies. My shit was Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, American Me, Blood In, Blood Out. I swear to God, all that, just like that. And so, but boy, I used to watch Boys in the Hood every morning before going to school. That's part of my problem.
Why you got kicked out of school.
Trying to be like Doughboy.
There you go.
But yeah,
You're trying to let that curl grow.
Yeah. Although, again, I love American Me. I love Friday.
Definitely.
I don't know, man. Friday might give Boys in the Hood a run, but Boys in the Hood was just like at a moment in my life where it was like impactful,
Yeah.
Second Friday is our favorite.
Second Friday's good too.
Yeah.
Because of Joker.
Cruelty to animals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
Cool, man.
yeah. Again, man. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
This is a cool setup, man. I wish you well. I think,
Much appreciated.
just
Yeah, and I mentioned to you earlier, this guy does commercials, and
cool.
I don't know if you've seen him on the the community bank commercial, but it's a dream that
I'll keep an eye out for it now. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
You're actually in it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it.
There's
out.
a couple to keep out for, like that one, a Dairy Queen one, a Quick Trip one that's supposed to be showing soon, and
I know him.
Then I just did one for Sherwin-Williams a couple weeks ago.
Cool.
But I think that one's an Eternal, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Still though.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, thanks for having me, man.
yeah, man, I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing some beer.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate that too, man.
Did we finish them off?
But
Nah.
okay.
I like
there's another one
I'm
here.
disappointed.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Cool, man. Yeah.
But again,
same for next time.
oh, and congratulations on your on the what was it I just read that you were nominated
Oh yeah.
6 times.
6 times, bro.
That's awesome,
I mean,
dude.
that's pretty awesome. It's separate awards. Last year it was DJ Company of the it was DJ of the Year. But when you win it, now you get to be on the committee.
Okay,
and that's cool,
so
man.
now you're part of that committee.
Part of that committee. And one of the things I asked them to do was change it from DJ of the Year because it made it sound like it was me, just me.
Oh, just you, yeah.
So I said, hey, most of us are a company, even if it's just a DJ, we're a company. So just to be safe for those of us who have, because my guys, they're a big part of the reason, that we get the award. They're a big part of that. So I suggested it should be changed to DJ Company of the Year. So they made that change this year, but we're not eligible because we won it last year. But I think got Vendor of the Year award, Company of the Year, Trailblazer, Golden Star Award, Production Company of the Year, and one more in there. But
I had read those. That's awesome.
Very cool, man. Yeah. But thank you. Yeah, that's cool.
Real quick, Mike Gallardo still work with you?
Yeah, bro.
Good.
He's killing it, man.
Is he?
I'm so proud of that dude. He really is. He's killing it, man. He came. He sat in my kitchen 5 years ago maybe, and said, I want to see if I can do this. He had nothing, no computer, no mixer, no equipment, but he just goes, I think I could do it. And I took a chance on him. I bought all his equipment for him. I fronted him the money. I said, if you're really in this, I got to see a few things. And he showed me some things that I was like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
So I bought him good equipment, his mics. I bought his suit because I was like, bro, you gotta be suited up. I don't want to say I bought it because he paid. What I did was I just take installments,
Yeah.
because it's expensive. That's one of the reasons people don't.
But you have you guys all suited up.
Everybody. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's
Once we get later in the night, you can take the jacket off, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to look the part. It's a wedding.
Yeah.
He's killing it, man. He does a great job. Really proud of that dude. He surprised me. Not that I didn't know he was going to do a good job, but he does above.
Does good work.
But you know what? Hey, he fits right in because so do my other guys. It was just nice to see him because he came in to my home and basically said, "Hey, will you give me a shot?"
Chance,
yeah.
Well, that's cool. I'm
He
glad
did a
you
great
did that
job.
for him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I've known him since he was a baby. Of course, I knew, may his mom rest in peace. I know his dad.
Yep.
The Gallardo family.
The Gallardos, yeah. They grew up with my Tío Cande and Tia Chela,
exactly.
you know.
We, going back to the Franklin days, those guys always wanted to play basketball, just to have fun, and that's what we would do.
Yeah.
So
good dude. He's a good dude. I love him.
All right, Fernando. Nando, thank you very much,
Nando,
man.
good time, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully I didn't ramble too long, but
No, it was good.
Chop out all the nonsense, whatever.
No, it was all good.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, great.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to our podcast. And until then, peace out.
Peace out.